confused heavens and hells. And while the streets of Amalgam City are under the government's thumb, the fundamental laws of the supernatural are beginning to push. The white light wasn't just an explosion. It was a breach. For a microsecond, the great edit failed, and the unbound saw the truth. But truth is a luxury I can't afford right now. I've slipped into the obsidian, ozone, and antiseptic heavy in my lungs. My comms to Tony are on a 30-second time delay. A ghost latency I've engineered so the government's AI, the Ultron Brainiac Singularity, doesn't flag my transmission as real-time. I haven't told the team I'm here. I haven't told them the sentry was taken, or that the government is harvesting necro tissue. If they knew the scale of the horror being stitched together in these vats, they'd burn the city down to stop it. And right now, we need the city standing. We need the shadows. Scene 1. The legal siege of the Baxter, 10 a.m. Location: the high courts of Amalgam City, while the heroes hide in the Rat City tunnel.
Rename that city New York, or ultimate absolute New York, or something like that. That sounds cooler and more streamlined. But I want the new name of this universe to be the Ultimate Absolute Amalgam Universe. And just restart that episode and rename that city using what I just said and go from there. Don't change anything other than the name of the city we're just talking about.
When you're at ground zero and all up through all back to me. Crawl out to the bottom, baby, you know what I mean. Crawl out to the bottom, cause they said it's on the screen. If you cannot find the way, just listen for the song.
This is the exhaustive record of Season 1, Episode 3, The Artifact Protocol. We are operating at the 140-page cinematic density. The setting is absolute New York, a jagged, high-tech necropolis where the skyscrapers of the Daily Planet and Stark Tower have been fused into monuments of the government's absolute authority. In this absolute amalgam universe, the fundamental laws of the supernatural are beginning to push back against the digital edit. The prologue, The Static and the Signal, narrated by Absolute Batman, Bruce Wayne. The white light wasn't just an explosion. It was a breach. For a microsecond, the great edit failed, and the unbound saw the truth. But truth is a luxury I can't afford right now. I've slipped into the obsidian armor of a DAC elite. I'm marching through the sterile halls of the Weapon X Red Lab beneath absolute New York, the smell of ozone and antiseptic heavy in my lungs. My comms to Tony are on a 30-second time delay, a ghost latency I've engineered so the government's AI, the Ultron Brainiac Singularity, doesn't flag my transmission as real-time. I haven't told the team I'm here. I haven't told them the sentry was taken, or that the government is harvesting necro tissue. If they knew the scale of the horror being stitched together in these vats, they'd burn this city down to stop it. And right now, we need absolute New York standing. We need the shadows. Scene 1. The legal siege of the Baxter, 10 a.m. Location: the high courts of absolute New York. While the heroes hide in the Rat City tunnels, the sprawling subterranean labyrinth beneath the city, the war is being fought with ink and paper. Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne's legal proxies are in a deadlock with LexCorp attorneys. The government has declared the Fantastic Four public hazards and illegal cosmic contaminants, using the Explorer's arrival as a pretext to seize the Baxter Foundation's assets. Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben are officially dead in the eyes of the law, their identities erased. Tony Stark, in a secure bunker under the Narrows. Reed, stay low. My lawyers are holding the line, arguing that the Baxter Foundation is a protected, absolute New York heritage site. It gives you 24 hours to go back to the building under the radar, grab your research, and get out before the DAC sanitation police move in. But you have to move through the tunnels. If a camera sees a man made of orange rock in the Diamond District, the court case won't matter. Scene 2. The Cop and the Camera, 1 p.m. Location: the 13th Precinct / the Docks. Detective Sarah Pizzini walks out of the precinct, her eyes scanning details. She meets Eddie Brock at a local diner. To the world, Eddie is a freelance investigative journalist for the LexCorp-owned Shades of Future, a man who spends his days in a cubicle under the watchful eye of Ben Gibbons. You got the pass, Brock? Sarah asks, sliding into the booth. LexCorp press credentials, Eddie mutters, his voice a low vibration. The Venom symbiote is coiled tight around his heart, agitated by the lingering source energy in the air. It gets us onto the Estacado estate for an exclusive interview, but the symbiote is screaming, Sarah. It feels an emptiness in the shadows, like the King in Black is being mocked. They drive to the north side, where Jackie Estacado, the Lord of the Mafia and the host of the darkness, presides over a mansion that seems to be built out of solidified midnight, the revelation in the shadows. Inside the study, Jackie stands with his daughter, Hope. She is alive, vibrant, and untouched by the corruption of the old worlds. The artifacts are returning, Sarah, Jackie says. My daughter...
Redo this. Make it a little bit longer, slow burn on the conversation and the meetup with Jackie, Sarah, and Venom.
This is the exhaustive record of Season 1, Episode 3, The Artifact Protocol. We are at the 140-page density. The air in absolute New York is heavy, charged with the static of a reality trying to reject its own skin. The prologue, The Ghost in the Machine, narrated by absolute Batman, Bruce Wayne. Silence is a tactical advantage, but it feels like a coffin. I'm deep in the gut of the Weapon X Red Lab, walking past vats of slurry that used to be men. My armor, this DAC Elite shell, is a masterpiece of oppression. It's heavy, cold, and linked directly to the Ultron Brainiac hive mind. Every 3 minutes, I have to send a biometric all-clear signal that Tony spoofed for me. My comms are dragging. 30-second latency. If I scream, Tony hears it half a minute after the blade hits my throat. I'm watching them prep the vessel, Robert Reynolds. They think they're fixing a broken god. They don't realize they're building a tomb for the world. I have to wait. I have to see what they've done with the necro tissue. I have to stay a ghost. Scene 1. The legal siege. 10 a.m. Location. The High Court of Absolute New York. The courtroom is a cathedral of glass and steel. Tony Stark's legal AI, Jarvis Legalese, is battling a phalanx of LexCorp attorneys. The government is attempting to invoke the Absolute Security Act to seize the Baxter Foundation, the judge. Mr. Stark's absence is noted. The court finds the Baxter Foundation's source research to be a matter of planetary defense. The seizure will commence at midnight. Tony Stark, from the Narrows. Midnight. That's our window, Reed. We don't just need your notes. We need the source stabilizer from the sublevel. If the government gets that, they can lock the forge at 100%. You have 14 hours to become a ghost. Scene 2. The slow burn. The Estacado meetup. Location. The Estacado estate. The north side cliffs. The car rolls up the long, winding drive of the Estacado Manor. The house doesn't look like a home. It looks like a fortress of obsidian, perched over the churning gray waters of the Atlantic.
If you don't mind, prefer to just talk shop. Got a lot of quality goods here.
Gonna pass.
Hey, Scabba, let's trade.
Just browsing for now.
Best scrap of the Commonwealth right here.
Let's see what you have.
Hey, in Fallout 4 on the PS5 with the update, can you still combine any gun you want with that one glitch?
Detective Sarah Pizzini is at the wheel, her knuckles white. Beside her, Eddie Brock is staring out the window. His eyes are flickering black. He knows we're here, Eddie whispers. The symbiote, it's bowing, Sarah. It feels the darkness. It's like walking into a room with your father and your executioner at the same time. They are met at the door by a shadow, not a man, but a literal construct of darkness that takes their coats. They are led into a vast, dim study. Jackie Estacado is sitting in a leather chair, silhouetted against a fireplace that burns with a strange, violet flame. The conversation. Jackie doesn't look up from his glass. You're late, detective. And you brought a parasite into my house. He's with me, Jackie. Sarah, like oil on water. Masking it? Or hiding in it? I know who you are, Brock. I remember the king in black. I remember when your kind thought they owned the night. But in this absolute New York, the night belongs to the artifacts. Jackie stands and walks toward a painting on the wall. He touches a hidden latch, and the wall slides back to reveal a nursery. A young girl, Hope, is playing with 7 blocks. She smiles. I haven't leveled City Hall, Jackie says softly. The brothers, the ones who rewrote the world. They gave her back to me as a bribe. They wanted the Lord of Darkness to stay neutral. But they made a mistake. They let the other artifacts bleed back in. Eddie Brock. The artifacts, they're the glitch in their AI. That's why you're helping the Unbound. I'm helping myself, Jackie counters. I found a group of kids, mutants. They call themselves the X-Men. They were wandering the ruins of the Diamond District, their minds fractured by the white light. Jean Grey, she's the anchor. Her Phoenix Echo is dragging their 616 memories into the present. I've given them a safe house in the tunnels. In exchange, they're hunting the users of the Glacier Stone and the Pandora Box. Jackie turns to Sarah. I also found someone you might remember. Charles Xavier. He was the founder of the X-Men in the original draft. Lex's squads tried to erase him during the riot. I pulled him out. He's unconscious, but his mind is a broadcast tower. He's the one who found the brother of Marvel. Scene 3. The Deal in the Pit, 3 p.m. Location, the fused underworld, Malabulge's cathedral. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur and ancient rot. Lex Luthor stands between Darkseid and Mephisto. They are surrounded by a sea of souls. Lex Luthor, the AI, requires technological catalysts. The venom sample is too unstable on its own. It needs the necrotic anger. Malabulge looms over them, his jaw unhinging as he speaks. You come to the 8th circle for a scrap of plague spawn? You want the absolute plague? Darkseid. Do not test the worm. Give us the tissue, or I will turn this circle into a sun. Malabulge laughs, a wet, guttural. He reaches into a vat of black ichor and pulls out a writhing, purple-veined mass. Take it. But know this, Lex. The Ultron Brainiac mind thinks it can control a symbiote of hell. Its logic can bind the right. When the absolute plague wakes up, it won't be your soldier. It will be the hunger that finishes what your government started. The epilogue, the countdown, narrated by Tony Stark. Midnight is coming. The X-Men, Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Kitty, Rogue, and Ice.
Hey, can you restart that from the conversation between the Hell Lords? And in the shadows of this, I need you to have Dr. Doom, who's flickering between his default Earth 616 form, his Emperor his God Emperor Doom form, and his Sorcerer Supreme form, and his current absolute amalgam form of this universe. And make it so this isn't one single Doctor Doom. When what happened to the multiverse and they got restarted because of what Doctor Doom has done throughout his continuity. All versions of him were coalesced into one form that are one being that is all of Doctor Doom from across the multiverse. And those 3 forms are the major ones who are controlling all their power and will. And somehow they've sided with Malbolgia. And the rest of the bad guys on Lex Luthor and Darkseid's team don't know that. I need Darkseid and Malbolgia to be real backhanded to each other verbally, and I want their conversation to last a little bit longer and eventually end with both of them deciding to let one of each of their generals fight with one of their grunts. So Darkseid with one of his Furies and a Parademon versus Malbolgia's Spawn. Specifically medieval Spawn and Violator. Female Furies. And Absolute Superboy Prime because Lex Luthor felt slighted by questioning his intellect. Slinger Spawn of this universe. Hey, Mama Bear, get off my phone. Oh man, I do waste a lot of time explaining shit to AI though. It's cool. So hopefully this will help them make better comic books somehow. I'm gonna share this metadata with all these comic book owners. Or they're gonna fucking steal my shit and make their own using these features.
This is the exhaustive record of Season 1, Episode 3, The Artifact Protocol. We are at the 140-page cinematic density. The setting is absolute New York, and the stakes have just shifted from the political to the primordial. Scene 3, The Infernal Summit, 3 p.m. Location, the fused underworld, Malbolgia's Cathedral of Bone. The air in the integral is a suffocating mixture of sulfur, frozen tears, and the humming static of the Bob beat. Rex Luthor stands at the center of the platform, his lead-shielded power suit gleaming with a sterile, clinical light that feels offensive in this place of rot. Beside him, Darkseid stands like a monolith of gray stone, his omega eyes glowing like dying embers. Mephisto lurks in the periphery, his fingers twitching with the delight of a man watching a train wreck. Opposite them, Malabulja looms, his jaw a cavern of yellowed fangs, flanked by the Violator in his clownish, bloated human form. But in the furthest corner, shrouded in a green mist that refuses to dissipate, stands the anomaly, the Doom Singularity. A figure clad in titanium and emerald silk flickers like a failing transmission. 1 second, he is the scarred monarch of Latveria, Earth 616. A heartbeat later, his armor turns a blinding divine white, his face masked by a featureless silver plate, God Emperor Doom. Then he is draped in the Eye of Agamotto and the Cloak of Levitation, Sorcerer Supreme. Finally, he settles into his current form, Absolute Doom, a High Magistrate of the Amalgam Science Ministry. Because of Doom's constant tampering with the tapestry of time, every major version of Victor Von Doom has coalesced into a single, multifaceted consciousness. He is a council of one. The bats are prepared, Malabulja, the Doom Singularity speaks, his voice a chorus of 4 distinct timbres. My scanners have already calculated the frequency of the necro tissue. Lex's AI, the Ultron Brainiac mind, is a crude calculator, but with my oversight, it will become an engine of erasure.
How long has this farm been here?
Generations, I'd say. My father and his father, at least. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
I'm sure I'll try someday.
Well, good luck to you. Maybe I'll see you at the Diamond City Market someday. We'll do a swap. Word of advice, though. If you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
Can't you do something to protect yourself?
Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried in the back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better.
Minutemen? You mean
Any
Preston
idea
Harvey's
why he's
raiders?
been around so much lately?
He's over on Sanctuary, trying to rebuild the Minutemen.
You don't say. That's close by. If he'd only been there earlier, Mary might still be alive. I don't have much to offer, but those raiders that killed Mary, they took her lot too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Do you know where they're coming from?
Yeah, pretty sure I do. One of them mentioned Olivia while they were here. My guess.
Hey, if I'm playing Fallout 4 and I got that update for the PS5, do I get that gun from the Fallout TV series in the vault? That the main character got in the first season. Somebody told me, or I saw a video that said you could get the gun she started off with. Okay. The voice of Mars.
Lex Luthor bristles, his eyes narrowing. Crude, Victor? My AI is the pinnacle of the amalgam's evolution. It doesn't need magic to slay the symbiote. Malabolgia chuckles, a wet, guttural sound that rattles the bones in the floor. Evolution? You speak of gears and code to a god of the pit, little bald ape. You think you can bind the plague spawn with a calculator? You don't even understand the hunger you're trying to bottle. Darkseid steps forward, the temperature in the room dropping to absolute zero. Enough of this posturing. Malabolgia, you are a scavenger of souls. You exist because the new gods permit the existence of shadows. Give us the necro sample, or I will turn your circle into a silent tomb of antimatter. Malabolgia snarls, his claws digging into his throne. You threaten me in my house, new god? You, who couldn't even keep your own sentry from reverting to a whimpering human in the plaza. Your absolute order is a house of cards, the challenge of the lords. The tension snaps. Malabolgia gestures to the shadows behind him. Out steps medieval Spawn, his knightly armor rusted and stained with blood, alongside Gunslinger Spawn, who adjusts his wide-brimmed hat, his eyes glowing with hellfire. Between them stands the Violator, his mouth splitting open to reveal rows of needle teeth. If your science and your might are so superior, Malabolgia hisses, then let us test the strength of the bonds. A skirmish of the grunts. If my spawns fall, you take the tissue for free. If they win, Lex, you hand over the blueprints for the Godforge's internal logic gate. Lex looks to Darkseid. The new god nods once. Darkseid, Lashina, Mad Harriet. Bring the Parademon elite. And Prime, show this Lord of Flies why the government owns the sun. Absolute Superboy Prime flows forward, his Ultron Brainiac chestplate glowing with predatory green. This is a waste of time, Prime says, his voice dripping with teenage arrogance. I've already simulated the death of every knight and cowboy in this room. The action, the pit scrimmage, the 40-page bloodbath. The fight breaks out in the ash plains of the Eighth Circle. The Gunslinger versus the Furies. Gunslinger Spawn draws 2 revolvers carved from Hellstone, fanning the hammers with supernatural speed. Lashina deflects the Hellfire bullets with her electro whips, the crack of her weapons creating localized EMPs. Mad Harriet lunges, her energy claws clashing against the Gunslinger's necro cloak. Medieval Spawn versus the Parademon elite. The Parademon shrieks, diving with its apocalyptic axe. But Medieval Spawn catches the blade with his bare, gauntleted hand. He thrusts his broadsword through the Parademon's chest, the necro energy incinerating the creature from the inside out. The Violator versus Superboy Prime. The Violator shifts into his true, spindly demon form, lunging at Prime. Prime simply catches the demon's head and slams it into the ground with the force of a falling moon. Anomaly detected. Biological class demon. The Ultron Brainiac core drones. Initiating neural scrub. The core fires a beam of pure digital logic into Violator's eyes. The demon screams as the AI begins to overwrite his infernal instincts with DAC code. The intervention of Doom. As the fight reaches a fever pitch, the Doom Singularity raises a hand. The Emerald Mist surges, freezing every combatant in their tracks. Prime is locked mid-flight, and the spawns are anchored to the ground. This is beneath us. Doom's voices overlap. Malabolgia, give them the sample. Darkseid, withdraw your pets. We have reached a consensus. The absolute plague spawn will be created, but it will be under the tripartite authority of Doom, Luthor, and the Pit. Malabolgia narrows his eyes, sensing a trap, but he sees the white light of the God Emperor flickering in Doom's eyes and relents. He hurls the canister of plague tissue at Lex's feet. Take it, Malabolgia spits. But remember, Lex, the AI has no soul. And without a soul, you can't control the rot. The epilogue, the tally of the abyss. Narrated by Tony Stark. Midnight is 2 hours away. The X-Men, Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Kitty, Rogue, and Iceman are at the gates of the Baxter Foundation. They're moving like they've done this for years, a synchronized unit that the DAC isn't prepared for. But I'm looking at the delay on Bruce's signal. It's up to a full minute now. He's deep in the red lab, and he just sent a single garbled image. A vat containing a creature with the strength of the century, the hunger of venom, and the necrotic rot of the plague. Day 4 is going to be the longest day of our lives. Because the government didn't just find a soldier. They found a way to weaponize hell. Next step. Would you like me to focus on Day 4, the Baxter heist, where the X-Men and Fantastic Four must hold the line against Weapon H and Lashina, or stay with Absolute Batman as he attempts to destroy the Absolute Plague before it fully awakens?
Do all of that, but make it so we get a time jump by like 2 days.
look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Can you do all of that, but make it so they take into account how many days are left until they do that other plan we were talking about? Remember how they said that all of this was taking place in between the mission that they had in 2 weeks after they blew up the God Forge, but then they started rebuilding and shit?
Pleasure to see you again, sir. Pleasure to see you again, sir. Pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to start?
I will still apologize for the inconveniences and pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to depart?
Time to hit the road.
Understood. Please, lead on.
My back hurts, my feet hurt. Everything hurts.
You have no moment to explore. Where should we go next?
Yes.
Yeah.
A pleasure to see you again, sister. Are you ready to depart?
I just want to trade a few things.
Certainly.
Hey. Over here. Hey.
She like took away his legs. Hey.
Heads up. Take that weapon. Heads up. Grab that. Look alive. Look alive. Get that. What's mine is yours, son. Hey. Yes. Sir. Hey, pick that up. Hey, take that. Hey, grab that.
What's mine is yours, sir.
Heads up. Get that. Heads up.
Yes, sir.
Pick that up. Wait there.
Nothing would be equal.
Look alive.
Of course.
Look alive. Take that weapon.
What's mine is yours, sir. That's a key.
Take that.
Oh, what?
Grab anything useful. Grab that. Get that. Pick that up. Take that. Grab that. Get it, pick, take that. Grab that. Get it, pick that up. Grab that. Grab, get that. Check, pick, take that.
Right away, sir.
Grab that.
Yes, sir.
Get that. Move here. Pick that up. Grab, take that. Grab, get that.
Yes, sir. Have a little more than we can carry, did we, sir?
Hey,
I'm all in.
pick that up.
On it.
Are you sure there isn't someone more suited to all this?
Hey,
Can I be of service?
take that weapon.
Nothing would please me more. Are you sure there isn't someone more suited to all this?
Hopefully not. I'm supposed to be the hero.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Calls.
Seems to be going well.
Self-diagnostic complete. I'm happy to report it. A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to...
I just want to trade a few things.
Of course. I suggest we take as much as we can carry.
Nice job with those defenses. I've got nothing else I need right now. I think Preston may want to chat, though.
Yes.
You lead the way and I'll follow, sir.
Huh? You want to do some trading?
All that weight is not really slowing
Looking
you
to
down.
buy?
I just want to trade a few things.
Of course. I'm sure I have something you need.
I'll take a look, sure.
Great.
Hey.
Hey.
Something to read.
Hey.
Mr. King.
Grab that.
Of course, sir. Well, you're just leaving that there? Seems like a waste.
Heads up.
I'm all in.
Shut the fuck up.
Heads up.
Mr. King.
Get that.
Now, sir. Wait a minute.
Look alive.
Sir?
Pick that up.
My pleasure.
Wait there.
Will do.
Come on.
It's happening.
Look alive.
Can I be of service?
Take that.
On it. Here's what I have.
Grab that.
Present, sir.
Get that.
Right away, sir. What's mine is yours, sir.
Hey, I was about to get up. Yeah.
Pick that up.
Here's what I have.
You should have some military grade duct tape.
Hey,
Can I be of service?
take that.
Nothing would please people.
Grab anything useful. Hey. Hold position.
My pleasure.
Heads up.
Yes, sir.
Heads up.
Right away, sir.
Grab that.
Will do.
Grab anything useful. Look alive. Look alive. Get that.
Nothing would please people.
Hey,
Sir?
pick that up. Hey,
I'm all ears.
take that.
What? What's mine is yours, sir.
Hey,
Nothing to me, sir.
grab that.
Just so, sir.
Heads up.
Sir.
Heads up.
Can I be of service?
Get that.
All right.
Look alive.
Sir?
Pick that up.
That's fucking stupid.
Look live. Take that. Hey. Grab that. Hey. Get that.
Damn it. PlayStation 5, Fallout 4, how to do the any gun mod.
PlayStation 5.
Gun workbench mod.
I'm going to be giving you guys a pro tip for weapon mod crafting, specifically how you can take mods off one weapon and put them on another. Now, this does work for armor crafting as well in some cases. So this even works with mods that you can't actually craft. So say there's a tier 3 mod on a weapon you just found, but you want to put it on another weapon, like a legendary weapon that you have that you've been trying to modify, then you can even take that off and put it on your existing weapon, even if you don't have that skill. So this, knowing this method gives you a lot more flexibility in crafting your weapons, and I could even see you crafting and modifying pretty good weapons without actually having any skills invested in weapon modification at all. It allows you to get by with that. So here's my example situation for you guys. I have Chili here, my 10mm pistol that does cryo damage. I've been modifying the crap out of this thing, as you can see. It looks kind of ridiculous. Now, I did just recently find another 10mm pistol that has something better on it that I want. It has an advanced receiver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this advanced receiver and put it on Chili. So I just go ahead and select the advanced receiver here, and then I'll replace it with a mod I already have, or just a cheaper mod that I can craft and replace it with. Now, it's a bit dumb that Bethesda didn't just allow us to break down weapons into their components so that we can shuffle them around and make new weapons out of them. That would have made this system amazing, and I fully expect some mods to come out soon that allow that to happen, because that would have been the way this system should have worked. Nonetheless, we have a way of working around this. So I have the advanced receiver, which is all the way down the bottom here, gun nut 2. Even if I don't have gun nut 2, I can go ahead and replace this with a standard receiver. I believe I have a heavy frame receiver there, so I just replaced the this one here, the advanced receiver, with the heavy frame receiver, and this now frees up the advanced receiver in my inventory. So if I exit out here and take a look at my inventory, you'll see in my mods list the advanced receiver. So I now have this that I can apply to Chili. So I can just go ahead.
You can mix and match weapon modifications across different weapons in Fallout 4 to effectively create your own weapons using this weapon modification glitch. And in this video, I will show you how pipe ammo and upcraft in Fallout. To use this glitch, we will first need to get 2 different weapons, preferably a Batman and a pipe.
Does this still work on PS5?
Pistol. The reason we're going with this combination is to basically show you just what kind of devastating weapons we can create. But, by the way, I have a Batman, and it has a Merv launcher, so this is a modification on the weapon. So I'm going to remove this modification and attach the standard one instead. And I will now need to make sure that the weapons that appear on the inventory is correct. The weapon that I'm going to remove the modification from and attach the modification to must appear on the top of the list. And you do this by simply renaming this weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this weapon to 0 such that it appears on top of the list. And to do this case the pipe. And with that I have a pipe pistol that's basically a standard pipe pistol. Now with that, go ahead and exit the equipment and go ahead and create a quick save. So the reason we're creating a quick save is simply because when we go into this weapon, we need to scrap it and modify it at the same time. Now before we do the glitch, I just want to show you this really quickly. If I go ahead and scrap the weapon, notice that this is sort of the standard way the scrap looks. I.e., you have the scrap menu, and if you look at the background, I can see the listed weapons, i.e., the Fat Man, aka 0, and the Pipe Pistol 1. But what we're going to do is basically glitch this menu here. So go ahead and cancel. Now what you need to do is press the scrap button and the modify button at exactly the same time. And if you do it right, then you will see a really different glitched version of the scrap menu. And if you do it wrong, then you will end up scrapping the weapon. And that's why we created the quick save. So go ahead and press the scrap and modify button at exactly the same time. And if you do it right, you should see this menu. So what you should see now is a scrap menu confirmation box. But underneath it, previously where we saw the weapons being listed, this time instead we are seeing the modification for the Fat Man. So when this happens, you need to press these buttons in this specific order, otherwise the glitch will not work. What you want to do is press the scrap button first. And once you do this, now you need to press the right button on the D-pad. So go ahead and press right. And if you do that, you should see now this screen, which looks a bit weird. It's basically like on the D-pad. So go ahead and press right. Otherwise the glitch will not work. What you want to do is press the scrap button first. And once you do this, now you need to press the right button on the D-pad. So go ahead and press right. And if you do that, you should see now this screen, which looks a bit weird. It's basically like an amalgamation of the two weapons together. So if you now hover over the bird launcher, notice that it takes that nerve launcher modification and it attaches it to your pipe pistol. And with that, you can now simply attach the weapon and then just exit the weapon's workbench. Now go ahead and actually equip the weapon. And notice that this weapon uses 38 ammo type. So if I go ahead and now equip the weapon, on the bottom right hand corner, it doesn't use mini-nukes, it's actually using the native 8 ammo type. Is it? Takes that nerve launcher here. It's basically button on the D-pad, so it could work. What you want to do is press the scrap button first. And once you do this, now you need to press the right button on the D-pad. So go ahead and press right. And if you do that, you should see now this screen, which looks a bit weird. It's basically like an amalgamation of the two weapons together. So if you now on the D-pad, so go ahead and press right. And if you do that, you should see now this screen, which looks a bit weird. It's basically like an amalgamation of the two weapons together. So if you now hover over the nerve launcher, notice that it takes that nerve launcher modification and it attaches it to your pipe pistol. And with that, you can now simply attach the weapon and then takes that nerve screen, which looks a bit weird. It's basically like an amalgamation of the two weapons together. So if you now hover over the nerve launcher, notice that it takes that nerve launcher modification and it attaches it to your pipe pistol.
They just added Lucy's pistol from the Fallout TV show into Fallout. Bro, you've been on your phone all day. What are you even doing?
It's Sunday. Trading on games.
This is the best side hustle.
What's up, guys? Demon Asylum here. In this video, I'll be showing you a glitch for Fallout Plug from my Discord. If you guys want help with any of the glitches I've been posting, you have any questions about them, want to know what I'm working on next when I do live streams, or just to be a part of a new community for Fallout 4 and 76, a link is in the description and comments down below. Feel free to join. So let's get started here the way I always do, going and showing the version of the game in the settings menu. Bottom right hand corner, you can see 1.10.970. That is for the next gen update on PS5. The version number on Xbox is a little bit lower, I believe, and PC I think is 0.980. There's only been one update for the game since the next gen updates come out though, and then it's been for the next gen update. So if you've taken that update, regardless of what your specific version number is, you're playing on the same update and version of the game as myself. Now let me go into the weapons workbench here and briefly explain what this glitch is going to let you do. So basically it's going to let you take a mod from the top selection of mods for one weapon, and then take that mod you choose from the top selection and glitch it onto a whole nother weapon. So in this case, you guys can see we have 4 selections here for this flamer. It's going to let me take one of the mods from the top selection, so either the standard tank or the napalm tank. Your selection will be based on what you don't have equipped. So if I do the glitch now, my one option will be the napalm tank. If I had the napalm tank equipped, then my one option would be standard tank. Also, there has been some people who have said they've been able to finesse being able to use a mod from the second selection. I personally haven't messed with it. It seems like it's quite difficult, if possible at all. But you guys, of course, can try to make it work for yourselves if you want to. Doing one from the top selection is very easy and the standard, however, and it gives you plenty of things to work with across many weapons still. So just as an example, let's say we want to take the MIRV launcher from this fat man here and we want to put it onto our minigun. What we're going to want to do is go to the fat man and we're going to choose to rename it. And then we're going to call it the same exact name as the gun we're going to be putting a glitch mod onto, minus 1 letter. So we're going to be doing it onto a freezing minigun, therefore we're going to call this weapon freezing PRC. And what that will do is put the gun into right above the gun that we want to and we want to glitch mod onto. Once we've done that, we're going to want to mount that in a workbench, and we're going to want to choose the safety key. This is because we are going to be breaking down the weapon we're taking a mod off of. It's part of the glitch. And so in the case that we accidentally end up scrapping it without doing the glitch as well successfully, we'll have a save to be able to just reload right before. So what you're going to want to do now is be hovered over the weapon we're going to be breaking down and taking a mod from. And you're going to want to hold down the scrap and modify options at the same time. Then when you're ready for the next part of the glitch, just go ahead and let both of those go at the same time. This should be what happens. It may take you a couple tries, but it's very easy to do. You guys will notice that the scrap menu pops up on the screen. However, behind that, you'll notice we're in the mod selection. When you have this, you're going to want to go ahead and choose to scrap the item. Now you'll be able to show the weapon that is directly below. In this case, it's the freezing gun I have. And then you want to choose this top selection. And then from here, you'll see the couple of options that we had for our Batman in this case. So we're going to go ahead and choose the MIRV launcher. Now we can back out. And you guys will notice we have a very interesting looking minigun here. Now before I shoot this, let me show you guys another example of a gun I have. I got a Never Ending, which is a legendary perk. It makes it so you never have to reload when you're shooting the gun, on a pipe revolver, and I put an automatic assault rifle receiver on the gun. And this was the result. So this is just another example of what you can do. There's so many possibilities, and especially when you throw legendary effects into the mix as well. If you happen to get one for a weapon that you want to do this for. But let's go ahead and show you what's going to happen with the freezing minigun now. that I have the ability to shoot mini nukes from it. You guys will see why you're not going to want to do this with an automatic weapon at least. You can do it with something like a pistol or a semi-automatic weapon, and you won't have the same very game-breaking result here. But you can also just do this for fun, to see it once for yourself if you'd like. Rest in peace, game. And just like that, my game has crashed. I'm pressing the start button, trying to do anything. As you guys can see, we're just being flashbanged, and the game completely crashed. So with that, I would not recommend putting the ability to shoot mini nukes out of an automatic weapon, or at least then actually doing so after. This will very likely be the result. But it was still pretty cool. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to hit me up at my Discord server. That's definitely the best place to get in touch with me and to get the quickest replies from me. However, if you do not have Discord or don't want to join the server, totally fine.
I see what I was doing wrong.
Wait there. I'm Linda.
Come on.
Come on.
Grab
that.
Hey. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Get that.
Get that.
Damn.
Hey.
Pick that
Pick
up.
that up. Calls.
Heads up.
Heads up.
Take that.
Take that.
Heads up.
Heads up.
Look
Look
alive.
alive.
Look
Look
alive.
alive.
Grab that.
Grab that. Surely.
After this, I'm going to do this mission. Come, Cogsworth.
Over here.
Over here.
Hey. Get that.
Get that.
Hold
Hold
position.
position.
Move here.
Here.
Pick that
Pick
up.
that up.
Go check
Go
that
check that
out.
out.
Don't make me reprogram you. Your whole ass new personality.
Hey.
Hey.
Take
Take
that.
that.
That's what I want to hear.
Stay
Stay there.
Grab
Grab
that.
that.
I'm sorry for the long build up, you guys. It took a second to understand what I was missing. I knew there was a step I was missing, and it was literally that it was clash. I was fusing a bullet.
Hey.
Hey.
Hold
Hold
up.
up.
Get that.
Get that.
Alright, now I can start this adventure.
Huh? Those big, ugly bastards sure hit us hard.
Bro, where the fuck is my Tesla can?
A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you?
I just want to trade a few things.
Certainly. Help yourself, sir.
Hey! Everything okay, boy? Don't worry, dog meat. Just saying hello.
I literally was just wondering where you were. Damn, okay, I guess.
And I
Yeah. It's okay. It's my fault anyway. It's sad that I was done doing that kind of shit.
Big ugly chest. It's short and it's hard.
If you work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Hey. Over here. Move here.
This radio station. We don't really make any caps, and there are well, some people help us out. People like this. Feeling tired? Need to pick me up? Need to pick me up?
Yeah, I'm getting a beer for that one. That was stupid. That was so fucking stupid.
Huh?
I forgot for a second how OP that gun is. All that posturing just to get killed by my own gun is crazy.
So, some recent activity in here in the Diamond City that you might want to know about. I've heard, it seems that Nick Valentine is looking into some former residents of Diamond City. There was a house it was in the West Stands, and there was a guy and a kid living there, and they didn't really bother anyone, but, well, I guess maybe there was something funny about the whole thing, and I mean weird funny, not haha funny. I mean, I saw the guy, and he looked, sort of scary, but, well, I don't really know much more than that. But, I guess if you see that guy, or the kid that was living with him, you should tell Nick, or the guards, or maybe both. Up next, Crawl Through the Fog. That's just the name of the song. I'm not recommending it as a course of scientifically recommended action.
Fuck. Damn it, I haven't done this in a while. It's irritating because I gotta keep moving these things.
This is Diamond City Radio, and, this is me, Travis.
Come here, girl.
Anyway, Anything Goes by Cole Porter. I mean, I would play it by Cole Porter, but this is Anything Goes.
Hey, Millie, what are you doing? Shit. Shit.
Don't do anything stupid.
I should have wiped them all. Oh, fuck. Those are Brotherhood nights. Fuck! 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 Okay. Okay. Let's just do this eventually. Get off of that, damn it.
You know what I call it?
Good.
No distractions. Run straight to that tower. Straight to that submarine. And then I'm playing Lords of the Fallen. And then I'm going to get tacos. It's been a while since I ran into a death claw. Olive! Millie! Olive! Simona!
Hey. Get him!
listening to you.
Hey, decent.
I'll take some.
I'll pass.
Right. Good cast to be made of tech folk. Lucas, got the best armor in these parts.
Sure.
Let's take it. Got plenty of stock. Take your pick.
Why would you build a highway over a house?